Hello, everyone. This is Ariel, the host to your wonderful talk show brought to you by our wonderful sponsors and people who always support us week by week. As always, it's a pleasure to be here. Today, I have prepared a very interesting topic to speak about. And obviously, I have two special guests as well. Say hi to Diana Esmeralda Vides and Daniela Giselle Mendoza. Thank you for coming this
Hi.
time.
Okay.
In today's topic, thank you, we're going to talk about the truth. The truth is always better, is the best choice. We're going to find out. So let's see. Is there ever a situation where the truth does more harm than good? Can you help me with this first question, Diana?
Yes, I think that sometimes there's situations where yes, the truth might hurt someone. So I think that sometimes even though we might think that we have the truth or that our opinions are the truth, we should just keep it to ourselves instead of hurting someone with it.
Yes, and it is important to emphasize that you need to have empathy and know that people have feelings and put yourself in someone's shoes in this case. So, Daniela, help me with this one too. I want to hear you.
Yeah, in some cases, I think telling the truth can indeed do more harm than good. For example, when someone is grieving, revealing certain truths about a loved one might cause additional pain. Uh, it is often better to consider withholding certain information to protect their feelings. I think this situation illustrates that while honesty is generally valued, there are instances where it can lead to unnecessary suffering.
Yeah, of course. That's true. And the next question. Can you think of a time when withholding the truth was the right decision? Please, again, Diana, can you help me with this one too?
Yes, sometimes it's not our place to tell the truth, and that's where we are going to withhold the truth. Because sometimes, for example, when someone is adoptive, it's not our place to tell them the truth, even if we know that information is their parents' place, right? So I think that in certain situations, we should withhold the truth because it doesn't depend on us to tell it.
Yeah, according to the context, we're going to define if the truth is the right choice. In this case, it's not the right choice because they are children. They don't understand and they need to be mature. They need to be adults, maybe to understand, or maybe teenagers. Daniela, help me with this question too.
Okay, yes, I think there are instances where withholding the truth can be justified. For example, a doctor may choose to avoid disclosing a terminal diagnosis immediately to allow the patient time to process their situations. I think in this case, the doctor's decisions to delay the true aims to provide emotional support, demonstrating that sometimes protecting a person's mental well-being takes precedence over complex honesty.
Yeah, the complexity of truth is a thing to think about it. So, um, do we have a moral duty to always tell the truth? Okay, what can you say about this, Diana?
Again, I think that it depends on the context. Of course, if it has to do with our law or with the country law, of course, we have to tell the truth.
if we don't want to have problems, right? But if it is about more about um, telling the truth to someone and this truth is going to hurt them, I think that it is going to be more moral, at least for me, to not tell the truth because that is not going to hurt that person.
Yeah. And Daniela, what can you say about this? Please help.
Yes, the question of whether we have a moral duty to always tell the truth is complex. For example, if telling the truth will lead to harm, such as revealing a secret that could endanger someone, it may be more ethical to choose to lie. Ultimately, the moral duty to tell the truth can depend on the situation and the potential consequence involved. Yes.
Yeah, I understand that moral duty is complex to understand, obviously. We're going to move into the next question. It is ever ethical to lie to protect someone? What do you think about this, Dave?
Yes, I think that it depends on the context as we have been talking about it. I think that lying will always be unethical, but sometimes we have to see what weighs more, if telling a lie and being unethical, or protecting someone that we love, or something like that. So I think that it depends more on what is ethical to us personally.
Yeah, in this case, it's subjective, right? Now, let's see what can you say, Daniela, about this question.
Uh, yes, I think there are situations where lying to protect someone can be considered ethical. For example, if a person is facing a serious illness and chooses to avoid discussing their prognosis, a loved one might decide to withhold certain truth to provide comfort. In such cases, the intention behind the lie, in this case that is protecting the person's emotional well-being, can justify the actions. However, the ethical implications of lying should always be carefully weighing against the potential consequence. I think this reflection that is.
For example, I have a familiar who experienced something that it was the opposite. The doctor tell him that he will never going to heal with his illness. So in that case, it wasn't the right choice to tell the truth. So it's important to lie in this case. And now, and the last question: does honesty always lead to stronger relationships? What do you think about this?
I think that every relationship that we have should be based on trust. So I think that honesty is very important to have stronger relationships. However, I think that sometimes there are opinions or little things that, even though we might think that are true, we should keep it to ourselves again, because this might hurt the person that we are telling that truth.
Okay. And Daniela?
Yeah, but while honesty is fundamental to building truths, it does not always warrant strong relationships. Sometimes choosing too often the truth can help maintain harmony. For example, uh, you can telling a friend that their outfit looks nice, even if it's not to your taste, can strengthen your bond. In this case, the honesty is tempered with kindness. illustrating that the way we communicate the truth can impact the strength of our relationships.
Yes, some truth are not a must say, so it's not necessary to say. And to finish this talk show, this wonderful talk show, I want to add with you that truth can be subjective. Some truth are not mandatory to say to someone. Maybe with law is different, but when you are in a real world, you don't always need to say the truth, but don't lie to everybody like a lying sociopath out there. So that's all for this conversation. I really happy to be here with you speaking about this interesting topic, and I hope I can see you next time. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.